Just west of downtown Denver off of I-25 at Empower Field at Mile High. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the New Orleans Saints and the Denver Broncos. The children will groan. It's the final weekend of summer, but we've got the NFL, and we're underway on EA Sports. And you combine a big leg with a mile-high air, there's the outcome. This will sail out of the end zone for a touchback.
Ready? 60 yards. It's just on Travis. Now.
A first carry now. This is Alvin Kamara. It'll go as a loss of a yard on the game's first play. Second down.
Nice play right there to stop him behind the line, but I want to see how this defense continues to play him here in the first half.
Yeah, we know, you know better than I. He has the ability to take over a game, so what do?
Yeah, I think you have to make sure that you bottle him in at varying levels, because if you crowd everyone to the line of scrimmage, if he breaks through, it's nothing but room to run.
They get 9 yards back on the run there, and they're left with a much more makeable 3rd and 2.
Well, I think that's what they're going to need to do here in the first half. You've got to take some pressure off of this young quarterback, and no better way to do it than to establish the running game early.
An early test, 2 plays in. This is 3rd and 2. Back to throw. Open man is Michael Thomas. 12 yards there, good for a Saints first down.
Well, we're used to seeing the guy that you consider the #1 receiver double covered, but how about this guy? He's double covered and finds a way to make the play for a first down.
That's how you increase your Madden rating, right?
No doubt about that at all. And you know something? I think we'll hear about that from him soon.
80 weapons. Go.
Now a first down carry. It's Kamara. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
Gerald McCoy is always going to be linked with Ndamukong Suh. They came into the NFL in the same draft class, and there was a lot of debate about who was going to be the better defensive tackle. They just do it 2 different ways. McCoy, more movement, more elusiveness. That allowed him to make the play there for a short gain.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8.
Bravo. Watch the screen, watch the screen. Watch the screen. Look at me. Zipper.
Flag comes in. This might be a free play. Got a man on the right sideline. That's Grant. So offside's the call, and they understandably decline it.
And this is why we're seeing more and more teams hiring that one coach to the staff that's in charge of all these things. This one's minor. It's pretty easy to figure out. But all the game management stuff, trying to help out the head coach in his decision-making process.
Following the penalty, it's Kamara. And they went the wrong way there. Losing yardage back at the 43-yard line. It'll wind up being a loss of 2. And it'll be 2nd and 12.
2nd and 12 at the Broncos' 43-yard line.
Ready, break. 33. Watch QB drop. Watch QB drop. Get it.
Well, he held on to it, but he probably shouldn't have as they get him behind the line. This will be a loss of 3, and now a much tougher 3rd down looming. Back-to-back running plays putting them in negative territory. What can they do coming up on 3rd and 15?
Mike, check 33. 33. Here we are. Hey, exit. Check 33. Check like 33. Watch the pass. Watch the pass. Here we go.
Looking to throw. Gets this to a standout receiver, Thomas. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. 17 there and a New Orleans first down.
First down, Saints.
Ready. 33, check flag 33. I'm coming after you. I'm coming after you. Check. Recon, 132 fighter. Go, go. Let's go, let's go. Get set. Hey. Defense.
They'll look to throw now on first down. He gets it complete to Harris. And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done. It'll be a Saints first down on a gain of 16 yards.
8-3. Go. Ready?
Inside the red zone here. They'll look to throw. They'll set up the screen now to Kamara. And he goes backwards here, losing yardage back to the 16. Got to give some credit there defensively. They snuffed out that screen early on first down.
Really read it well, didn't they? Because they didn't bring the pressure that they expected. They covered all the passing lanes. So once you see it break down as the passer, I think in this situation, you're either throwing it at the feet of your back to make sure no one picks it off, or you throw it away, throw it over the sideline.
And a big loss here as he's taken down. Credit the sack to Von Miller. Getting into the act on the opening drive here with a sack. And remember, they had 5 last week.
And they saw that on film, and that meant that they had to get together. Offensive coordinator, quarterbacks coach, offensive line coach, receivers coach, and say, how do we beat this pressure? Because everyone has to win against the defense and get the ball out of the hands of the quarterback very quickly.
Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after first and second down went backwards. It's third and very long.
90 is the line. Don't get nervous. Check. First down. Let's go.
He'll drop to throw. He's going to let this one go deep. Oh, he almost picked it. Nearly a turnover there on their opening drive. And that's a throw he'd like to have back. Now fourth down.
Chances are good he's going to be a very busy guy. 2 catches already in this opening drive, and they were looking his way for a third.
I think they put this defense on notice that could be a really frequent combination. No touchdown there, but if that first drive is any indication, looks like they're going to have a pretty good day passing the football.
I would say confidence would have to be pretty high after that first drive, able to throw it almost at will. You're exactly right. They didn't get the touchdown, but 3 points serves as a nice notice about how this offense is going to move.
At their own 25-yard line.
Ready?
Lock and the Broncos going to come up first and 10 at their own 25-yard line. A run there on first down gets him a yard to the 26. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. That's a big loss of 3, and it brings up third down.
Taken down back at the 23-yard line.
Try to get one more in here before the quarter breaks. 3-0 after 1 on EA Sports.
Here we go. 10 logo. Here we go, D. All day, defense, all day.
Throwing his lock on third down. And he'll score. Touchdown, New Orleans. He tried to get something going there with a little toss behind the line of scrimmage. Unsuccessful.
How about the athleticism of the coverage, though? Being able to dance with him coming out of the backfield. That's not easily done. But not only did he dance, took it, wheeled, and went the other way. Ended up with 6 points for his team.
Lutz with the extra point. And the lead grows to 10-0. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Denver offense at the line, ready to go. Nothing for them yet from an offensive standpoint, down 10-zip as they come up 1st and 10.
Check hard, hard. Check hot route, hot.
The run on 1st down gets him a couple up to the 27. B.J. Goodson there on the tackle.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. That's going to go down as a loss of 5, and it brings up 3rd down. And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game.
Bang, 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 bang. Pilot, 64, weak. Hey, Echo. Check Mike 47, check Mike 47. Push him back, push him back.
47's a mic, 47's a mic. Hey, man, watch the boot, watch the boot.
Five.
Now this time Locke will throw. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Cameron Jordan wreaking havoc with a sack.
Well, the pass rush has been a real strength of late. They know how to get after the quarterback.
Absolutely. 4 sacks last week. That's their first one here. Anything in particular you've seen from them or on film?
I think that they're winning athletically up front, winning those one-on-one battles, but also when the offensive line wants to keep everyone in and mass protect, they know how to scheme their way back to the quarterback as well.
Saints take over 1st and 10 at their own 29-yard line.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And they split the uprights last time for 3. They've got the lead. They're not going to play this conservative. They're not hoping for another field goal. They're hoping for a touchdown.
I'm with you on that one. I like where your head is. I like the way you're thinking because you're exactly right. Trying to sit on a lead and play that way, that doesn't work too well for most teams. Run your offense. Run what you do best. Exactly. Put it all the way down and try and increase your lead in a big way. And the best way to do it, touchdowns.
Mike's 47, Mike's 47. I'm coming, I'm coming, I'm coming. You go tight, you got tight.
Gone.
Shift. Switch it.
Yes. Yo, cheetah.
Here's a 2nd and 7. Going up top. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Justin Simmons. And he'll return it to the 24-yard line. The rookie was trying to push it downfield, but the safety bit him.
And he'll learn that you have to hold the safety. And you do that with your head movement, your eyes, sometimes your shoulders. Hold the safety so that you can get back to the throw that you really want to make. He got so excited thinking his guy was open that he made it easy for the defensive back to go get the football.
And they give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
I know the 28-yard line.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6.
I got you, son. Get it.
A pickup of about 3 yards as he's taken down at the 31.
Even though positive yardage was gained on that play, I think the defense has to be happy. Obviously, they were prepared for some trick plays coming into the game, and they looked very aware that those could happen on any given down.
Down. 30 base.
Hey, watch the slant.
Lock going to try and throw on third down. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked up by Minka Fitzpatrick. And he'll score. Touchdown, New Orleans.
Now, that was a beautiful play. A pick six. How would you punctuate something like that, partner?
What do you mean, with an exclamation mark?
Exclamation mark, a big word. What would you do with that?
Ampersand?
I like it.
Lutz good on the extra point, and that makes our score 17-0. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six, and now the kick is away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for the Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And we don't want to call this desperation time, especially in the second quarter, but you're down.
You don't want to.
I know, but let me finish.
Okay, my bad.
You're down 3 scores already. You've done nothing offensively, nothing on the scoreboard. That's not a good combination.
I think you just called it desperation time. I think you did. But let's face it, you mentioned this to me in a break earlier in the game. The energy level hasn't been there right from the start. We've noticed that. They've got to find a way to get on their toes and start punching instead of retreating, to use a boxing analogy.
And he's taken down here by the Saints. Sheldon Rankins abruptly ends that play with a sack.
Brings up third down.
And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. And we remind you, coming up at the half, we'll join who, Charles?
The coach.
The coach, Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll have stats. And the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. Kyle Van Noy. He's the one to get him this time, and back-to-back sacks brings up fourth down. This is away, and a very good kick angled for the sidelines. And this punt goes out of bounds, and it'll be marked inside the 40.
At their own 38-yard line.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a first down now. Here's a run on first down that won't even get back to the line of scrimmage. He will lose a yard, 2nd and 11. You mentioned very early on the need to establish a running game for this young QB. They really haven't been able to do that, though, in the first half.
So that means what in halftime? Adjustments time, right? Figure out what they are, figure out the things that they really want to accomplish, and who to run behind. Which are your better blockers? Find those guys and get in that direction.
2nd and 11. Looking deep downfield. Got a man that's caught at the 6-yard line. Touchdown, New Orleans. Alvin Kamara, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Saints able to stretch that lead out further. Lutz to try to add the PAT. And the lead is now 24.
Makes the score Saints 24, Broncos nothing.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Denver offense at the line, ready to go. Typically down to the first half, I might say, oh, you at least need a field goal out of this drive, but they're down to the point where they need a touchdown, don't they?
Yeah, normally, you know me. You've been around me for a while now, right?
Unfortunately.
I'm sorry about that. But normally, I'm the one preaching patience.
Yeah.
You know, take your time, first half, you still got a chance. I think they're out of patience here. This has to be a drive that gets a touchdown. So if you're the play caller, you're going to that portion of the sheet that says big-time plays, specials, anything you can use to get yourself back into it.
Second and 6, just inside the 30.
Set the tone, defense.
On second down, here's Locke. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. And that's caught inside the 35. And he gets all the way down to the 30-yard line. Now the Broncos going to use the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 34 seconds to go before halftime. So the big play has them all the way down to the 30 now for 1st and 10.
Watch the run, watch the run. Check the hot read.
X3, 218, chopper. Smooth.
56, Mike, 56, right there, 56. Hey, come on out here, come get some. Come on.
Throwing on first down is Locke. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Demario Davis. So that is 3 interceptions now in this first half, and you hate to ask the question, but let's be honest, we're thinking about it. Do you need to go in a different direction next series?
Potentially. We know that he's probably not going to be on the Pro Bowl ballot. That's not really his stature here. But he has been their starting quarterback for this game. So they've got to weigh things about who's behind him. Do they think he can snap it back into gear? Maybe change up the play calling to help him out a little bit.
They'll keep it on the ground again here. And he'll just keep 2 hands on the football as he'll be taken down after a short pickup. So we've come to halftime after a very one-sided beginning to this one. As we send you on out to our studios in Orlando, here's Jonathan Coachman at REA Sports Halftime Report. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This is fielded at the goal line. And his guys will get the football right at the 20-yard line. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And that first half, one to forget really on both sides of the ball. They got to find some way to string something together here, don't they?
Yeah, they're down big right now. So as you mentioned, trying to find something to string together, get some consistency, something sustained, maybe calm their whole team down and find a way to get back in this one.
Yeah, because right now you're down big, you're being shut out. Let's see if this is the drive that kind of kickstarts them. Good work after the catch, gets them 15 and a first down. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10.
Hey, Haywood.
On first down, Locke. And he hits his target, Deshaun Hamilton. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. 17 yards for the Broncos there as they've got themselves a first down. Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10.
He's coming. Double up, double up. He's coming, double up.
Blue draw Corkers.
Mike's 47. Hey, tight.
Hey, Wahoo.
7's the Mike. 47's the Mike.
Secret.
Block now on first down. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Sheldon Rankins able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
I think we've seen this before. Someone's down 3 scores. that situation there, it's just going to add to their growing frustrations, don't you think?
Yeah, a bad number 3 right now. 3-score game, third quarter, 3 and out, not what they wanted. And you can tell on the sideline, those faces are getting a little bit longer as this one goes.
Mike 56, Mike 56. Come on, baby. Let's see what you got.
Hey, seam 6, seam 6. Ready, go.
In your face.
Ready.
To try again after the sack. Block. He'll find Lindsey here. That one good for 17 as they're set up better now for third down. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down.
Now.
They'll try and run for it with Lindsey. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or two shy of the 30. A 10-yard pickup, and it's enough for a Broncos first down.
Some big plays in the passing game on this drive, and here's one out of the running game. So the passing game loosening things up. Now there's room to roam.
Watch the run, watch the run.
Hey, orbit.
Block now on first down. Escape, and he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Sheldon Rankins getting him once again his third sack of the afternoon.
Bravo.
After the sack on first down, block, and that'll be incomplete. Good protection that time, and they couldn't hook up on the long one. Now it's third down.
Just work with me a second here, because in my lifetime, seeing how quarterback percentages have changed in throwing the football, I mean, back in the good old days, if you were around 50%, you were doing okay. But now, you need to be 65 to 70% to be considered an elite quarterback.
And he's going to go down. They get to him back at the 40. B.J. Goodson in there to record another sack, and that is now 6 on the afternoon for this defensive unit. And his kick is good. He got every bit of that one as it's good from 56 yards out. These kickers now, it's like we take them for granted. Kicks like that used to be such a big deal, and now you just expect them to make it.
Yeah, you're exactly right, and we shouldn't take them for granted, but I have a theory about it. You want to hear it?
Yep.
They are more athletic now than ever before. Talk about kickers. Trace their backgrounds, trace their histories. You'll find that they were big-time athletes all along, but their kicking was so prevalent that we made them specialists.
Well, and now those 50-plus yarders seem easy for some reason. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started.
6-6, pull it high. Go.
They'll try to get the offense going with Kamara, and he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
Go.
They'll set up a throw. And this is going to be caught, but they'll say out of bounds. So it's incomplete. They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on second down.
Go.
That's right, baby. They don't want it. 90 is the mic.
Look at me. Zipper. Hit it.
They'll look to throw. It's complete to Grant. The end result, 21 yards.
A gain of 21 yards. And the Saints first down.
Ready. 8, read.
Check 31, check.
80 weapon. Get it.
A 10th carry for Kamara. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up second down. Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6.
A gain of 4. It's now 2nd and 6.
Call it a gain of a yard, and it's going to bring up 3rd and 5.
Well, they had that one sniffed out. Excellent run blitz. Stop that one for a short gain.
What makes a good run blitz a good run blitz?
The ability to stay on task, to follow up your assignment, go to the gap you're supposed to cover, and not be deterred by anything else.
They'll set up to throw. And this is going to be caught, but they'll say out of bounds. So it's incomplete. So this will be accepted as it moves the offense backwards. Here's Thomas Morstead now, as he should be able to pin him back deep here with his first punt. He'll send this one into the mile-high air, and it's a good one. And this will be out of bounds. Now it's a question of where they'll mark it, and they'll say it crosses at the 11-yard line. Denver offense at the line, ready to go. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers,
the Red Sea parts, and there he goes. The 40, past the 20, 10, 5, and all the way home for a Broncos score. Phillip Lindsay. 89 yards, and the Broncos cut into that lead. Well, if they're going to make a game of this in the second half, they need a few big plays to go their way. That's one.
And the way to get it done is to also conserve time. So to your point, that big play right there, now you're not moving the ball downfield, taking time off the clock. You're leaving yourself a better avenue to continue to try and make a comeback.
After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. Certainly want to avoid what they had to do last possession. That was punt the football, because this game's starting to tighten up.
In a basketball sense, you think about taking a little bit of the air out of the ball, right? Maybe milk some clock, limit the possessions. In this case, they might want to do the same thing, but control the game offensively. Put together some first downs, put together a drive, and keep it away from them.
An ideal spot here to get a first down and try to run some more clock, and this is second and less than a yard.
Hey.
Again, it's Kamara. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. 10 yards, good for his Saints, first down. Now, I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely, you want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the fourth quarter.
Yes.
On second down, Kamara. And he's got it across midfield and into Denver territory. That second down run, a big help as 7 yards leaves them with just a 3rd and 3 now.
Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they want to put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
The Saints on 3rd down. They've been good, 3 for 4 thus far. Here it's 3rd and 3. Thomas has got it, complete. 17 there, and a New Orleans first down. Still throwing the football here, even with the big lead.
Yeah, I know you and I came up in a different era, and we think about sportsmanship and all that. Other people think about fantasy points and getting their numbers. That's all they care about right now.
Down.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10.
Recon, 132 fighter. 2.
They'll run out of the gun with Kamara. And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. Now the Broncos going to use the second of their timeouts. That's going to be their second. They'll be left with one more plus the 2-minute warning. And we'll be back.
Ready, break.
Who that? Who that? Tie that left. 4 down. 4 down.
A man who's been busy this afternoon. It's Kamara again. 4 yards on the pickup there as they get it back to a more manageable 3rd and 7. And play is stopped here. Timeout. It's the defense calling the timeout here. So that will leave them with no timeouts left. Still plenty of time on the clock. We'll see how that affects things here in this 4th quarter. The Saints on 3rd down. They've been near perfect. 4 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 7.
64, weak.
So don't say nothing.
Now.
90 is
Get it.
They'll look to throw. It fights him off. And a big loss here as he's taken down. And a sack by one of the most consistent D linemen in the game, Gerald McCoy. And we say it all the time, have to be able to get rid of the ball sooner than that.
You have to help your offensive line out. They're going to protect you as best they can. And if you're getting 3 to 5 seconds to throw the ball, they're doing a really nice job. But when you hold it and give up a sack, you're really almost discrediting their work.
Here's Thomas Morstead now as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And they hit the home run last drive. One play on the ground all the way to the house. Now the defense, maybe they're expecting a run here.
Partner, I love your description because when we talk about hitting the home run, we're usually thinking about a passing play, aren't we? Something in the air, deep ball. But how about them just taking it big-time jaunt? Now if you're coming back out, now they've established this run game, the play-action pass could very well be open.
47.
Hey, Jude. Be careful. Be careful.
On 2nd and 7. Locke eluding the pressure right. And he can't find anywhere to go with it. And he goes down. Cameron Jordan, that is one he will remember. It's sack number 85 of his great career, moving him past Hall of Famer Howie Long on the all-time list.
70, Indy.
All day, every day, any day.
Ready?
On 3rd and long, it's Locke. He's got an open man. He completes it to Callaway. Give him 14 yards there and a Denver 1st down. Locke now 5 straight completions here in this 2nd half. 1st and 10.
Matchbox lights.
1st and 10 at the 30-yard line.
47 is the mark.
On 1st and 10, here's Locke. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked up by Marcus Williams.
Partner, we always talk about possessions being at a premium in these games, and now in this situation, throwing an interception here when you have to claw your way back in, that one's going to hurt, and in a big way.
They start the drive on the ground. Kamara. He'll get about 3 as he's taken down at the 23. You know, I was going to ask you if maybe they should surprise and pass the ball, but where they're at on the field, I think keep it on the ground, right?
I like where you're going with this one because field position is going to determine these play calls. And backed up where they are, I don't even think about putting the ball in the air. I tell my running backs, grasp the football, and I tell my offensive line, don't allow any leaks so they get hit immediately when we hand it off.
Down under 2 minutes to go in this football game. So it's Saints football as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. They'll look to throw here. And he will find his man on the outside. And he's out of bounds, able to take this one up to the 35. Just 4 yards on the pickup, but that's good enough to extend the drive. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10.
Go!
Now Kamara. And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10.
Perfectly designed blitz right there. They took that one from the grease board to the field because they were able to free up their linebacker to get into the backfield and spill the play.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. They run it again with Kamara. They get 9 yards back on the run there, and they're left with a much more makeable 3rd and 2. He was close to flirting with that sideline, but able to stay in bounds like his coach wants him to do and keep that clock moving.
Isn't it funny that we're watching this play when we had that discussion just yesterday about this? What do you do in this scenario? What do what's your mindset? It appeared to me that he'd totally forgotten that he needed to stay in bounds, and then at the last second, oh no, I better get down. And he ended up doing the right thing. But at that point, maybe close to let this slip away.
Here's Kamara trying to run for it. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 41. And a loss of 3 to bring up 4th.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football. But that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result. Negative yardage. So this one a victory here for New Orleans. And it was a bit of a strange game. They were held scoreless through the entire second half, but their first half output, that's enough to carry them to victory.
And that's an odd game to watch, isn't it? Because when we saw the output in the first half, you think to yourself, okay, they've got something working here. They know what they're doing. They'll continue that along.